EU countries are helping to shield Cyprus amid the ongoing war in the Middle East, with Italy being the latest country to send a naval vessel.
Russia launched a large-scale attack overnight on Ukraine as it continues to target the country's energy and railway infrastructure.
Solidarity from EU countries with Cyprus continues to grow, days after the island nation was targeted by an Iranian drone attack. French President Emmanuel Macron is visiting Nicosia on Monday, while the Italian frigate Federico Martinengo is the latest of several European military vessels deployed to help shield Cyprus amid the ongoing war in the Middle East.
Per garantire la sicurezza dei confini dell'Unione Europea abbiamo anche disposto il dispiegamento di una fregata italiana a Cipro, un atto che è di solidarietà europea, ma soprattutto di prevenzione.
Greece, France, Spain, the Netherlands and the United Kingdom are already participating in the European naval force in the Eastern Mediterranean. Like the leader of Cyprus and the leaders of other countries involved in the protection of Cyprus, Giorgia Meloni clarified that this initiative does not mean Italy is taking part in the conflict. However, President Donald Trump told the Italian press that Meloni is trying to assist the United States. Recent developments have sparked a heated debate over the presence of British military bases in Cyprus. On Saturday, hundreds of people protested in Nicosia, calling for an end to any use of the bases in the ongoing war.
Israeli warplanes lit up the skies over Tehran in the early hours of Saturday, as the United States warned Iran that the worst is still to come. The White House has approved a $129 million arms sale to Israel, after Donald Trump said Washington would not negotiate with Iran unless it agrees to, quote, an unconditional surrender. Since the conflict began, the United States and Israel have launched a series of strikes on Iran, targeting its military capabilities, senior leadership and nuclear program. Meanwhile, Iran fired another wave of retaliatory missiles on Friday, striking Israel and several Gulf countries that host US forces. Speaking on state television on Saturday, Iran's president rejected Washington's demand for unconditional surrender, calling it, quote, a dream they should take to their grave. He also apologized for Iran's attacks on regional countries, saying Tehran would halt them, and suggesting they were the result of a breakdown in communication within Iran's military ranks. Russia launched a large-scale overnight attack on Ukraine, firing 2 ballistic missiles and 117 drones across multiple regions. One strike hit a passenger train from Kyiv to Sumy with 200 people on board. No injuries have been reported. The attack comes amid a wave of Russian missile and drone strikes targeting Ukrainian energy and railway infrastructure. Also on Sunday, President Volodymyr Zelensky and Dutch Prime Minister Rob Jetten paid tribute to Ukraine's fallen soldiers and discussed providing radar systems to strengthen frontline defences. Meanwhile, Ukrainian drones struck an oil pipeline station in Russia's Krasnodar Krai region, causing a large fire and potentially disrupting regional fuel transport. In Belgorod Oblast, Ukrainian missile strikes on energy facilities triggered blackouts and disruptions to electricity, water and heating.
Crowds gathered in the streets across Europe on Sunday to mark International Women's Day with demands for ending inequality and gender-based violence. Women protested against violence, for better access to gender-specific healthcare, equal pay, and other issues in which they don't get the same treatment as men. This year, many are also raising awareness for women's rights issues in the context of a world increasingly afflicted by conflict. Protesters expressed solidarity with women affected by war in Ukraine, Iran, Gaza, and elsewhere. According to the United Nations, women in conflict-affected areas are disproportionately affected by gender-based violence. In Madrid, "No to War" and "Anti-Fascist Feminists Against Imperialist War" were among the slogans written on signs at the protests. Madrid also saw separate demonstrations for transgender rights and for the legalization and regulation of prostitution.